Hey guys, I'm in my office here, and so this is my first service truck, by the way. This here, I got a couple pictures of it along with the original bill of sale. Kind of cool. Anyways, here's a couple. I'm kind of into building model trucks. This one was given to me along with this one. This one I had built, and one other that I built, or a couple others, but one more there, and then there's some that are still in boxes that I haven't gotten out, but it's kind of fun doing these. Very high detail. The interior is painted too, but it's kind of hard to see. But it's kind of fun. Oh, son of a bitch, just broke an antenna off. Well, leave that there. I had to talk about something here that's been driving me kind of crazy lately. So I'll do this one where you can actually see the light. So this is a Alberta Journeyman Certificate, and I'll stand up actually, block some of that light. So where does it say? Issue date, November 9th, 2016. So that's when I got this. So this is the heavy equipment off-road. This one here, heavy equipment truck and transport. So this is essentially 4th year, and this would be 3rd year, okay? But anyway, the program has changed a lot since this date here, and mostly COVID. So nowadays, well, okay, so this, you get this every time you get a journeyman certificate, okay? You get that gold little thing, and then this is what you get when you get your red seal. So the red seal enables you to work out of province and still have this be recognized. So for example, when I got my journeyman certificate, my first job was in Estevan, Saskatchewan, and because if I just had this, they could tell me, no, you're not a journeyman, you know, we're gonna pay you accordingly. But if you have this, then you're a journeyman in all provinces, and it's recognized. And the way that the trades program is now, okay, so these are both great accomplishments. You write an exam to get this one, and you write an exam to get this one. 2 separate exams, and both a great accomplishment. So what they've done now is essentially, this is a participation ribbon. Okay, they've taken away all the exams. There's guys getting, you know, bumped up and pushed through because they're essentially making trade school just a big profiting corporation. So when I went to school, there was a lot of guys that in 1st year and 2nd year, by the time 3rd year comes around, there's a lot of good mechanics that are gonna make it in the trade, but 1st and 2nd year really weeds out a lot of people that probably shouldn't be in the trade. But the way it's set up now, so 1st year, 2nd year, 3rd year, 4th year, this 1st and 2nd year you don't get none of these, but 3rd and 4th year you do. But you can get this without knowing anything hardly, only 50%. So you can not know 50% of the material, and you can get this journeyman certificate. And this can get you a really good career, making anywhere from 65 to clear over $100,000 a year in Alberta. Even more so if you go up north to a camp job or something. And you know, this just basically allows you to make that same good living across all provinces within your country, so Canada. So the problem that they have nowadays is, or the problem that I have, is basically guys are getting this, you know, and they're not getting this, and that's okay. They're gonna make a good career and they'll have a good living. But in my opinion, there's gonna be such a skill level shortage in, well, there already is, but you give it another 10 years of this participation ribbon journeyman certificate, and there's gonna be a major skill level shortage in the trade, because there's gonna be a lot of people packing this certificate around that you know, around this date would not be holding this certificate. And I don't know if it makes a guy more proud to have actually earned it, or if it's more insulting to be amongst these folks who were granted this because they basically showed up to school every day. I don't know how I feel about the whole thing. Maybe it's not a big deal, but one thing's for sure, if you're getting in the trade and you're hardworking and you're just got a knack for doing this, you're gonna make a good living, because pretty soon none of these are really gonna matter, and it's probably gonna come down to whoever is better. You know, when I was looking for work sometimes, back when it was really slow in 2014, I didn't have, because this is 16, so I didn't have a journeyman certificate. I was a second year, and everybody wanted journeyman. Nobody wanted an apprentice at that time, and they only wanted journeymans. But I mean, in 10 more years, what's a journeyman gonna mean? I mean, you would hope that the time that they've put in industry to get there would give them more knowledge and experience, because that's where you learn most of your skills and stuff. But you do learn a lot of good fundamentals from going to school, and I just do think that it is kind of important, something to be a little bit proud of, and you know, it kind of separates the laborers from the skilled tradesmen, I guess. And to see that separation closing up, and this whole journeyman certificate becoming more of a laborer's participation ribbon, it's a little bit frustrating, I guess. So one thing I didn't add was, even today with this, like I called it a participation certificate, there is still exam for this. So basically what is happening is a lot of people are no longer getting this because they failed the exam. And you know, without that, like I said, you can still have a good career within Alberta, but this is just a nice thing to have. And like, you've made it this far, I think you may as well get that, right? Because you don't know where life might take you. And well, it's just nice. So do encourage people to get that, but the way that the trade is going, who knows? And one other thing I forgot to add is, as to why I feel this way, is there's hardly any class time anymore. Like before, when I was going to school, we would we'd go there every day, not full days, but 6 hours or whatever. And you know, we'd pass components around and we'd look at things. They would pass fuel injectors and parts of injection pumps and pieces inside a starter and all these things, and we'd hold them, and it was tangible, and you could really see. So now most of your class time is online through Zoom, and they lost all of that entirely. And then the other part of the trade school day is shop time. And for half of the day, we would go to the shop and do different projects. Second year, you do an engine. Third year, you do an automatic transmission, and you know, a few other things. And first year, you do a metalworking project and things like fifth wheels and brake jobs and that. And then fourth year, you do an Eaton transmission and a steering gearbox, and third year is a differential as well. anyways, so you do all these projects, and that is cut down on big time now. Class time is pretty much non-existent, and I mean, you just can't tell me that it doesn't take a toll on the way that the material is delivered. So I'll end it there, and I don't know what it all means, but I mean, it's just something you can ponder. I mean, you can form your own opinion. Clearly I've made mine, and I don't know, we'll see where this all goes, but just something I wanted to discuss and see what anybody else might think. So anyways, that's gonna do her for this one.